I have this field here in Android Studio that I want to process in my signup.java class. Whenever the sign up button here is pressed, I want to process all of this data and insert it to a database. First of all, I have updated my Java DB adapter class for a new method. I have just inserted a quote smart method, and if you go to my website, you will find it as an SQL injection in Android, and my website is netport.com. And here is the class, the DB adapter, and this is the quote smart method. Okay, what it's actually doing is that it's checking that all entries that is going to be saved in the database is not dangerous for the database. So just go ahead to my website and copy it. The URL is netport.com. Okay, let's go to sign up. What I want to do now is create a listener for this button sign up. So I will head to my website and I will go for handling data, and I have something called button listener. So I'll just copy the code here, or I can write it. So it's if we go to my web design for this layout, sign up, and if we find the button, we see that it has the ID button only. So let's call it button sign up. Okay, let's create the listener. Okay, so we have a button sign up equals new, oh no, equals button find new ID r.id, and here we need to find the button, and it's here, button sign up. We need to import the button class, so I will press Alt Enter. Okay, now we have the button here. Now we need a bit listener. So button sign up dot on click listeners equals new on click listener, and we need to import the view. And here we have class public void on click view v, or it's not a class, it's a method. And this method has to be overridden. And then we just need to end a method. Okay, so this is the code for the on-class listener. Now I will just use toast to make a text that the signup is in progress. And as you can see, this doesn't work. It's because you're inside a new class. So we need to make something more, another method to do it, and this is done by actually making a new method. So I'll just make a public void signup submit. I'll just make a comment here. This is the public class signup. This is on create, so this method should of course be below on create. So now let's make a toast here, so that we know that the button was pressed. And inside on the on-click, we want to use the signup submit. Okay, let's run this code. Let's click on signup, and so it says submit pressed. So we know that we are here now, and we can start to take in the fields and process them. So let's start by the email. Let's go to our signup.xml. So email is an edit text. So edit text email equals edit text define view by id r.id edit text email. So now we have the edit text, but we want a string of the edit text. So we just call it string email. And string email equals to edit text email dot get text. Dot toString. And just to show that this works, we will write out the string that is in email in the toast. So I will enter an email here. myemail.com and press sign up, and we have here myemail.com. Very cool. So I want to also make some adjustments for the error messaging. So I will have a integer here. And I will call it error, and then we put it to 0. And now I want to check if the string of the email is blank or not. So if string email dot equals, so we have empty here, so it's perfect. Then we will set arrow to 1, and I want to change the text color of the email here to red. So we just go back here and I have the text view, and I will call it text view email. So I will get the text view also. Text view email equals text view find view by ID r.id text view email, and I will import the class. So I will set this color to red. So I just Google how to set the color to red. So it's set text color.red, and if there are no arrows, then I want to just set it to gray. Okay, so let's just try to run this code now, see how it works. Okay, so if we press sign up now, the color gets red. If we have some text here, the color gets gray again. So I don't think it's enough just that it's red. I think there should be like a message here also saying that you have an error. So I just go to my sign up. And I will have a text view, which is named text view error message. And I want it to be blank. Okay, back to sign up. So I will try to get my error message text view here. So text view error message equals text view find view by ID r.id text view error message. And just to put an arrow into the text view error message. And now I don't really need the arrow here, so I'll just remove it. So I will go to this and set text. Please fill in an email address. And if there's no error, I will have no text here. So if I press sign up now, I have an error here. Please fill in an email address. If I have an email address, the error goes away. So it looks really cool. I want just to move it into a string. And I will now put this into a string. And I will have it at the end, error handling. And I will say that if error message is empty, then you can put data into your database. But if not, then do nothing other than set the text to an error message. Okay, this looks really cool now. I want to do one more thing. I want to have an icon next to the text view that really shows that this is an error. So I just want to go to my web design folder here, and I have a dialog warning, dialog error. Looks good. So just copy the dialog error icon into my Google Drive. Application, screen, main, resources, drawable. And I'll just try to have it next to the text view here. Image view added. Oh, it's missing Android ID. Android ID equals plus ID, and the drawable is dialog error. I just wanted to have some idea of how it looks. So I try to fill in an error message here. And it's actually not visible at all. We'll just pause it and think. So what I was thinking is that this is the logo, so just put a comment off for it here, so we know that this is the logo. And for the error handling, I want to make a table layout. So just as the previous table layouts, it's very easy. Just a table layout, table row, then an image with the icon, and then a text view with the error message. And the error message has to have some margin for the top. I'm thinking 12 pixels, 8 pixels, top, right, bottom and left. So let's make it 8 pixels to the left also, and now it looks really professional. If we go to Signup.java, I want to first of all just remove the error and the icon, just hide it. So after listener here, I will hide error message, error icon and message. So this means that I have to have an image view, error. Just need to look what it's called. Image view error, yeah. Equals image view. Find view by id r.id image view error. Import a class image view error dot hide. I wonder if there's something called display maybe. So I just have to Google how to hide an image. Set visibility view.invisible. So now it should be gone, and I will do the same for the text. Set visibility view.invisible. Now it also should be gone. So let's just try to run the code, see that it works. And as you can see, the image is now gone. So what I want to do now is just to move down to the arrow here, make a link to the image also. And if there is an image, I want to show the error message. So I need also the okay, so first I will just set the text, then show the image, then show the text. And if there's no error, I will do the opposite. So these should change. Okay, let's try to just run it now. So the program is loaded. Let's try to check send, and we got the error message. So if we write something here and then send, there is no error message. So it works like a charm. The thing is that it still takes place even if it's gone. So we can, instead of using invisible, actually say write gone. Same down here. Save it and just see how it is now. Okay, now it's loading. And you see that there's no space here. If I press sign up, there will be more space. If I remove it, there will be less space. So now it looks really great. So let's just handle the rest of the errors that we have. If I just put space, then there also should be error message. So or string email dot equals or starts with a space. Okay, let's take the next field. And after email we have date of birth. And there is a spinner, so we need to get this one. So we start with a day. So spinner, date of birth day equals to spinner, find view by ID, bar.id, spinner date of birth day, and now we need a string, spinner date of birth day, no string date of birth day equals to spinner date of birth day dot get. So get text doesn't exist here. So we need to go to my website just to check how to get selected spinner. get selected item to string, and now we need to parse it to an integer. So we have string to integer. So I will have a integer int date of birthday. So int date of birthday is parse the int of a string. So I just try to take the integer version and just parse it to an integer. We just restart. So if there is catch here, then there is something an error. We'll just remove the red color. So it just has to have the error, please select your birthday. Date for your birthday. So this error shouldn't really happen, but it can happen. So now we'll just check that this code works. Because if it works, then we can go ahead with the month. So here I have the date, and it doesn't give any errors, so probably it works. So just to tell you a bit about how dates are meant to be stored, there will be year, so year, and then month, and then day. This is our birthday that is okay to store. Okay, date of birth, month. So string date of birth in month equals date of birth in month. Select the item to string. And here we have to go through every string. Tools of make text. So just try to print out the date of birth month here. So now I've selected January. So January will come up. So if I have May, May will come up. So the problem is that we need the numbers, not this as string. So we need to have some conversion here. So if string date of month dot equals or we can use a start with January. Then we can just change the string to 01. Else if February 02, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. Then make it to a number. So we probably should have this okay now. Next is the year. So spin a date of birth year. Created to an integer. Please select the year of your birthday. Okay, now we have everything. Now we're going to put them together. So integer, or we'll make a string, date of birth equals integer of date of birth year, and also the month, and also the day. And I want to make the day to a string actually. String date of day. And I want to have leading zeros. So if is lower than 10, then I want a string of birthday to be 0 plus the string of the day. Okay, let's just try to print the date of birth just to see if we have everything correct. Our code has now launched, so let's just try to put Signup. This is very brown. 1, 0, 1. So let's try to change to 2 here. So it doesn't work at all. So we have year. So this is an error right away. Okay, let's check the month. The month looks like it's okay. So let's try to run this code one more time. And sign up. Oh, sign up. 2017 0101. So if I put so if I'm born 6th of April 2000, the 2004 or 06. so it works very good. So this can now be stored into the database. Next is the gender. There's a radio group. So back to my website just to see how to get the radio group. Here's the code for that. So gender, and I need to give it a name. I will call it radio group gender. So radio group, import the class radio group gender equals r.id.radio group gender. Selected ID equals radio group gender that gets checked radio group ID. So it gets just the ID of it. And to find the selected radio button, we need to actually have a variable for it. So let's just try to run the code now. So now it should be male. It says male. Now it should be female. Female. Okay. Very good. Okay, what is the next one? It is measurement. It's actually Signup. Just copy the code from last time. So now we have something cool, and it's this measurement. It could either be metric or imperial. So if we go to our Reese layout strings, value strings, you see metric or imperial. So if string measurement that starts with m, then we know it's metrical. Metric, else we know it's imperial. So we have some fields here. We have this field, and it's only going to show if we have selected the imperial. So let's just start with removing this field. hide. Pound field. Let's just figure out what the idea of it was. Inches, it was inches. Inches field. So we have edit text equals edit text find view by id r.id dot inches, and we want to set the visibility to view.go. So when we start now, this field will be gone. Just copy this code. Down to the measurement spinner. Now you can see that it's gone. So let's just, if it's imperial, then it should be gone. If it's metric, then it should be visible. And let's try to get the centimeter text view here. Text view, so I will call it text view centimeter. Text view centimeter equals text view. Find view by id r.id text view centimeter. So if we are in metric, we need to change the text. And we want to have feet and inches as the text. And if we are imperial, we want to have centimeter as the text. And we need to do the same with kilogram. So we just call text view kilogram. So if we are in metric, I think it's actually the other way around. Pound and kilogram, because I think we use metric in EU. Metric also measurement. Yeah, no, so metric is in the US. So it's correct. So I actually want it to be imperial and then metric. Okay, let's just try to launch the application now. So if we select metric, nothing happens. Okay, not good. Imperial, nothing happens. Metric, nothing happens. This is because we need to press a sign up button first. So we need to make an watcher for this change. Because if you change something here, we want to automatically change the values here. So the measurement spinner. Let's just remove it, put it into my notepad here, go up to my main class, then this is listener for button sign up. But I want a listener for measurement spinner. Then I want to run the code measurement changed. So I have public void measurement changed. Now I just paste my code into this instead. So I don't know if there's a listener or if there should be a change. I have spinner measurement dot set on because I don't think it's just a click, I think it's a change. So I'll just search for spinner listener on change. So it's set on item selected listener. So I had correct when I didn't think it was on click. Just import a class here. So when I have one item select, I will run measurement changed, and the same if nothing has happened. I can just run the same code then also, just to make sure that we have the correct measurements. So running the code again. Okay, so let's see here. Metric. Now it's feet and inches and pounds. Imperial. centimeter and kilogram. So it looks like it works, but I don't think on nothing selected, I don't think we need that. So we'll just remove it. Oh, we need it. But I will remove measurement change because I don't think we need to run the method. If nothing is selected, you don't need to run the method. Okay, back to our class here. Gender, then we had the next one, and it should be height and then weight. So we are now 1 hour into this video, so I will pause here and then we will continue next.